Hi, I'm Sheilaa Hite, an astrologer, a tarot master, a medium, an all-around seer. And I'm here today to tell you about August 2019, which is 180 degrees away from, that is, opposite what we experienced last month with July, which was certainly intense. So August of this year is like a cool summer drink. That's the theme of it. It's like a cool summer drink, mellow, delicious, and just a bit spicy. I'll tell you what my take on August of 2019 is, and I want you to know that each astrologer has their own way of seeing and interpreting what's going on, because each astrologer is a human being, and we all have perspectives. Fortunately, we meet in the pool of astrology and we decide that certain perspectives have certain flavors or they have certain angles that they operate from. And we can pretty much agree that those flavors or those angles impact us in some way, although we don't always agree exactly how the impact is going to affect us. So hang out with me and find out what August is going to be like. August is a great party month, so let's get busy and do it. The first thing that I'll say after having said that is this is how it works. I will occasionally look at my notes, which means that I will be looking down at pieces of paper, but I'm still here, so not to worry. When I look down, I'm just making sure I've got everything just so, and when I look back, I'm still engaged. So let's begin with what August isn't. It's not intense, thank goodness. August has no intense astrological angles or conjunctions or points. August is not going to be a struggle. If you find yourself struggling this month, it's you. Stop, take a look, and say, what am I struggling against? What am I not wanting to receive? And as you take a good, honest look at yourself, you'll begin to notice that things become easier for you because you've stopped struggling. So let's just jump in. Today, August 1st, is the new moon. I love the moon. I love the new moon. I love the full moon. The moon it rules us basically. It rules all water systems. That's the water in the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the water in our bodies. It rules our moods. The moon has to do with our foundation and whether or not we feel safe and what it will take for us to feel safe. The moon is intuitive, it's nurturing, and it holds us. This is a marvelous thing. So the moon is always working on an unconscious or subconscious level. All we have to do is become aware that it's working and aware of how it's working so that we can make the best use of it. So on a new moon, that's the time to plant new seeds. It's a time for newness. It's the time for whatever dreams you have to start manifesting, to activate those dreams. And one of the things that I've been doing privately, and it just dawned on me, I need to be sharing this with you, is I drink moon water. What's moon water? Moon water is water that I put into a container with a top, and I put that water, I like to use tap water you can use, but I prefer using distilled water or natural spring water. And I put that out in the moonlight and I let it stay overnight. In a new moon, I let it stay overnight in a full moon. So tonight is the new moon. Fortunately, the new moon has an arc 3 days before and 3 days after. So if you were to set a jar with a lid, of course, on outside in the light, in the new moon light, whether you can see the new moon or not, you can't because it's dark. However, it's powerful and it's working. When you set that jar out, you let it get all of the energy of that new moon. And what you can do with that is you can use it to bathe. You can pour some of it in your bath water. You can wash your face with it. You can even drink it because it's good water. It's clean. And you did have the cap on it. So it's good for you to use. It energizes you. It lifts you up. And you'll find that you're more, I'd say that your mind is working better because you're using all of your senses better. And either new moon water or full moon water. As I said, like to do both because they energize you. So this new moon in is the moon is together with Venus, which is together with Jupiter, which is together with erratic Uranus. So what that means is it's an optimistic time. The moon, what we want are feelings. Venus, how we want it to show up. Jupiter, the blessings and expansiveness that come with what we want. And Uranus, the wild, wacky, crazy way what we want can show up. So that pretty much sounds like that cool summer drink. Mellow, delicious. I'd say mellow, delicious, and just a bit spicy. So what you want to do is you want to enjoy this. Enjoy the new moon. Make a list, short list of 3 things you would like to bring into your life in the next 6 months. If you make a list like that every new moon, you have a continuation of great things happening in your life because there's a new moon every month. And if you project ahead for what I'd like for the coming 6 months, then you're always projecting what you want. And the universe loves to respond and give you what you ask for. So always ask in the positive and always ask and expect it to be so. Expect it to happen. Now, tomorrow, August 2nd, we have some pretty intense energy happening because Venus is the planet that says to you, this is what I value. Venus is value, especially self-value. These are the things of beauty that make me feel good. So Venus represents lovely clothing, beautiful jewelry. It represents makeup. It represents the color you paint your house. I like to say that Mars, the planet of how we take action, rules the kind of car you're going to buy, rules engines, but Venus rules the color. So Venus is the color in your life. It's the vibrancy. And it's square, making an abrasive aspect to the planet of uncontrollable, unpredictable what? And that is the planet Uranus. And the what comes about because the change comes about. And it's like that. It's not change. It's change. And so Venus square Uranus. Venus, your relationships. Venus, your value. Venus, your beauty. Venus, your mellowness. Uranus, who knows? Uranus rules lightning. It rules sudden changes. It rules, wow, where did that come from? So when you're in relationship, not only with yourself, but with those around you, you need to be careful you need to be very careful. Watch how you think. Don't take your relationships for granted. Don't take your relationships for granted. What I mean by that is be mindful. Be mindful of how you speak to the people you care about. Be mindful of how you think about the people you care about. Be mindful about saying to that person, it's time for me to give you a piece of my mind. You need to hold on to that piece of your mind for a few days because it's going to come out in some very abrasive ways. And you may be telling the truth, but the person may not be able to hear the truth. They can hear the harshness. They can hear the sharpness because Uranus can be harsh or sharp. They're not going to hear the love or the mellowness, which is Venus. So what you want to do is you want to watch how you speak and you want to listen to your intuition because Venus is very intuitive and so is Uranus. Uranus is the lightning bolt of divine perception, divine insight. So use this divine insight not to give away something you really need, pieces of your mind, but use that to go within and say, what new, unusual, vital, valuable information is available to me. So then we move on to August 7th, when the sun, our identity, and Venus, our sense of value and balance, are together. It's called a conjunction. When two planets come together, they operate as one. They have the power of one. So that's a great partnership. Well, they're going to be conjunct on August 7th. This is going to be followed by, let's see, it'll be followed by Jupiter, which will come together with that sun and that Venus, and Jupiter is going to join. So you're going to have three planets that are going to come together. And Jupiter is the planet of luck, of blessings, of expansion. It's a planet of long distance travel, foreign people and foreign issues. It's the planet of philosophy. It's the planet of So between the energy of the life force of the sun, your ability to balance and see what value whatever is coming to you has, and the expansiveness and the openness of Jupiter, this is a great time. It's a great time to take a look at what you want. It's a great time to begin activating what you want. What can you do today, that day, these days, the 7th and 8th of August, to activate your plans? Can you make a phone call to someone? Remember, there's the sun, so there's a sense of vibrancy. There's Venus, which is a sense of connection and balance. And there's Jupiter, you're blessed. Anything can happen, and it can happen for your good. So what you want to do is, there's something else I like to do too, when the sun and Venus and the blessing of Jupiter come together, but certainly when Venus is involved, is I like to have great parties. I like to celebrate something. So celebrate something. Maybe you've got that bottle of champagne you've been saving for a special occasion. Well, just being alive is a special occasion. And I feel that the 7th and 8th are marvelous for you. As a matter of fact, most of August is going to be about celebrating the fact that you are, and celebrating the fact that, hey, it's not July anymore, and celebrating the fact that things are going pretty smoothly. So get ready to have you can have your own party, you can have a great drink by yourself or drink with friends. Doesn't mean you have to have a full-on decorations party. Go and have lunch with a friend, or write that email you've been planning to write, or make that phone call you've been planning to make. But connect with somebody important to you. It's a good thing. Then we move on to August 11th, when Mercury, the planet of communication, re-enters the sign Leo. Mercury is how we communicate, how we gather and process information. Leo is the heart. Mercury is the mind. And Leo is, if nothing else, dramatic. So your communication is going to be dramatic. You're going to find yourself expressing, and your hands are going to move. You're going to feel passionately about things. And Leo is in there and it's working. So with Leo, believe the drama, but don't make the drama the big deal. Invest yourself in what you believe, be dramatic about it, express it, and open your heart, because Leo rules the heart. This is a time when Mercury, the mind, and Leo, the heart, work together. And that's going to happen in a couple of different ways this month, with the heart and the head, or, as I'm dyslexic, with the head and the heart working together. And working together in ways that bring you what you want, which is you want to enjoy life, and you want those in your world to enjoy life. You'll also be more intuitive, because as the mind enters the dramatic sign of Leo, which rules the heart, you're going to be more open to what your heart has to tell you. And you're going to be more open to what you have to tell it, because it's not a one-way street with communication. How do you communicate with your heart? This is an excellent time to not only listen to your heart, but to tell your heart, to speak to your heart. What would you like your heart to do? How would you like your heart to be stronger? The heart represents our ferocity. It represents our passion, represents our desire, and it represents our capacity, our ability to love. And this is a great time to strongly interact with all of those points for yourself and for those in your world. On August 12th, we have outer planets switching positions. And these outer planets, now we have 10 planets. 5 we call personal because they affect us on a personal level, and we can affect them too. And then we have the 5 outer, which affect us on every level, but they affect us, we don't affect them. So we have 2 major outer planets switching positions, changing directions. And those outer planets are Jupiter, which has been going backwards or retrograde. So the luck and expansion has been a little slower. However, on August 12th, that's Jupiter is going to change and it's going to go forward. It's going to go direct. This is a fun thing. Actually, I have discovered as an astrologer, whatever Jupiter does, it's not a bad thing because it's moving, it's doing something. Now, when it moves forward, even better things can happen. And then the planet of change, Uranus, which has been going forward, will begin to go backwards. It will begin to retrograde. And that's actually a great thing because we are going to be experiencing sudden changes within. Uranus is going retrograde, going within. Sudden changes within. And that means that we're going to be changing our minds, changing our feelings, changing our stance about something, maybe something we've always held on to, or something that we've always known to be a certain way. Perhaps it's all going to change. With Uranus, you never know how you're going to change. You know that there will be change. So be on the lookout for being more flexible and being more open. With Jupiter going direct, be on the lookout for whatever this change is to bring great blessings to you. For those of you with planets in Taurus, that means a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Venus in Taurus, Mars in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus. Be very much aware that the planet Uranus is now in the sign Taurus. And so since it's going back, it's retrograding, be very aware that you're going through some old lessons. And these lessons will give you an opportunity to pass the test, whatever this test is about. And I'll give you a hint. Be flexible. Don't resist. It's about your value. Be willing to look at yourself in a deeper way because there's a deeper experience you can have of your own value. And there's a deeper experience you can have of being a part of this wonderful tribe we call humanity. And then we move on to August 14th, which is, I love this, Venus comes together or conjuncts the sun. Venus and the sun together. Oh, fabulous. Because when you do that, when you put those two together, Venus and the sun, you put them together, it's the ultimate party. And whenever I plan a celebration or a big party, a big event, I always check to see where Venus is. Is Venus near the sun? Is Venus near the moon? Where is Venus? And I love it when Venus and the sign Leo come together in any way, shape, or form, because it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be remarkable. It's going to be memorable, and it's going to be fun. So it's an excellent time from August 14th, when Venus conjuncts the sun, and it'll be there for more than one day. But the 14th is the day you want to say, yes, I'm up for the celebration. So it's an excellent time to show your loved ones and yourself appreciation. It's a wonderful time. Send that great card to somebody. Send that great emoji to someone. Let people know. It's really important. This time, Leo is a heart time. And it's a great time to express. And it's heart time. It's a dramatic time. So take the extra step. And, be a bit more loud in your life. And show up. Your presence is required. Make a show of your appreciation. Treat yourself and treat others to something, to a little gift. As I said before, a little card, a little little email or message with an emoji. Treat them to a gift, especially if you have a Leo who's having a birthday in your life. And if you have a Leo in your life, this is Leo birthday time. Make sure you deliver some little gift. It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be pretty and meaningful. And it has to come from you. Because what you're saying is, I love you, I appreciate you, I see you, I value you. And that is a currency that is priceless. It's beyond measure. So then we move on to August 15th. And that brings us to the full moon in Aquarius. The sun is in Leo, the moon is in the opposite sign, Aquarius. And you have the day, August 15th, of the full moon, and you have 3 days before and 3 days after. And that's the arc of the full moon. So you have 12, 13, 14. The 15th is the full moon. You have 16, 17, 18. That's the arc of the full moon's influence. And again, how about that moon water? Make the moon water. Use the moon water. And especially for the full moon, put some lavender water in it. Put some lavender water or lavender oil, just a little bit. Make sure it's food grade. And just put a few drops in. Lavender not only calms the soul, lavender opens you up to receive more. And lavender is one of the colors of Leo and Aquarius, the color of royalty and the color of divine brilliance. So this is a great time to wear yourself in a regal manner. When I say wear yourself, I mean not only be regal, but wear it. Have that cloak on, wear it. Know you're wearing that crown. This is the time. And like any great royal or regal figure, be gentle. Be yourself, own yourself, but be gentle as you express not only to yourself, but to your subjects, how lucky they are to be in your presence. Because when you're doing that, you're giving love, lots and lots of love. And it's a fabulous thing to do. Wear purple, hang out with amethyst crystals, and enjoy yourself. Purple is a color not only of divinity, it's one of the rulers of the crown chakra. So you're going to be receiving all kinds of great downloads, and you're going to be able to allow yourself to not only receive them, but to correctly interpret them. It's going to be a phenomenal, dramatic, erratic time. Enjoy it. Be in a space of love. And keep your own counsel as far as wanting to tell people off. Not a good time, because the full moon is never a good time to tell people off. And certainly not this dramatic Leo Aquarius full moon. Just stay calm, move ahead, enjoy the party. August is a nearly month-long party. Enjoy it. August 16th, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, square, abrasive aspect, Uranus, the planet of erratic action. So your words and anything can happen are not the best mix. So you need to be paying attention. This is also sometime within the full moon arc. You need to be paying attention. And be mindful of what's going on. This is also a great time to meet new and interesting people. But you want the new and interesting people to be people you get along with. If you decide road rage is a great way to express myself, you're going to have new and interesting people in your life. First of all, the person that you harassed on the highway, and secondly, probably the police. They are new and they can be interesting, but do you really need that? You might be right in thinking this driver or this person needs to be told off, but that's not your job now. Let it go. And you'll grow from the experience. And if you let that expression go, then another expression, more positive, fills the space. So with Uranus, you never know what'll happen, but something's going to happen. So how your mind uses you is not what you want. It's how you use your mind. Because if your mind is using you, then Uranus has full reign to drag you over the coals. If you use your mind, you control how things are going to go. And you open the door for Uranus to bring its surprise to you. And its surprise is always going to be fun and pleasant. You must be willing. You must be willing. You must be willing. Willing to what? Just be willing. Be flexible. Like Dr. Seuss says, there's thing one and thing two. When Mercury squares Uranus, there's stubborn one and stubborn two. And it's interesting that I used my thumbs because as I look, the thumbs are ruled by Pluto, which rules the will. Thing one, thing two. Stubborn one, stubborn two. We need to be aware that there's more of an inclination to be stubborn. There's more of an inclination to hold on to your belief. You don't have to let go of your belief, but you don't have to push it. And that's really important. People with fixed signs, you need to be very, very careful during this aspect because you are really going to be digging, you have a tendency to want to dig your heels in. What's a fixed sign? Let's see, that's Taurus, that's Leo, and let's see, that's Scorpio, and that's Aquarius. Those are fixed signs. So if you're one of those signs, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Be flexible. And be aware that you can either be flexible or you can become stubborn one or stubborn two. And that's what you're going to get with a square. You don't want that. Then we move on to August 18th through the 23rd. A lot's going to happen. Mars, how we get things done, how we take action. Venus, our relationships and our sense of value. The sun, the lovely sun, is our identity, our hearts. They're going to leave the party sign of Leo and enter Virgo. Virgo is a great sign. It's just after you've had the party of Leo, well, Virgo has the party. Virgo planned the party, got all the supplies and details in,